Hello everyone, my name is Awot, and today I'm going to be revealing the new update for Awot's Otherworldly maps. This update will be released today effective immediately. If the game detects that you're using outdated version of my mod, the mod will seemingly disappear until you've updated it in the mod browser. This update was not announced, it had been something I was working on in advance, so let me run you through what has changed. On Fossa Per Terram, the whole gameplay gimmick is that each layer only has one type of resource. I made an exception though by giving you guys starting gold and starting wood. However, some of you have complained that this breaks the immersion of the map, so I've removed your starting wood and starting gold, and now you're going to have to make your villagers walk all the way to the other layers to get those resources to age up. Now the food layer will truly have nothing but food in it. Additionally, some of you people have been asking me to ban certain characters on certain maps as they break the gameplay loop. Examples include Gaia being able to grow trees on Fossa Per Terram, or the Chronos Rush being too strong on Zero Enclosure where you guys are all close together. So now if you pick Gaia on Fossa Per Terram or Chronos on Zero Enclosure, you will end up as Oranos. The game will detect your folly and immediately swap you over. In this update, I've also fixed a bug that causes the mountains in Haven exploration to get destroyed if they spawn too close to the Haven sometimes. On top of that, many of you guys have told me that you guys didn't feel motivated enough to fight for the Haven and the Haven exploration, so I've buffed the amount of farms in the Haven in an attempt to encourage you guys to fight for the Middle Island more. When you load into the map now, you should notice more farms that will reward whoever owns the Middle Island. Another change I've made is that I've changed the dialogue that bots can have. If you're playing against AI in the maps, they will now sometimes drop hints to help you out. But a downside is that not all of their hints are completely factual and might actually harm you more than it helps. This is teaching the important lesson that while the internet is a great place to get information, do not be too gullible and check your sources. In my tree tier list series, I put the peach tree in B tier. A lot of you were not happy about this and are now griefing me in my online matches. I think this morning alone I've had my friends teleport my villagers to the enemy backlines as set twice now. So now I'm going to apologize and I hope you guys accept my apology. To make things right, I'll be moving the peach tree to a new special tier called X tier, which is above S tier. Meaning that I now think that the peach tree is the best tree in the game by a long mile. But that wasn't enough. An additional piece of compensation is I'm now rebranding Achura Shore. I want to show you guys how much of a peach tree lover I am now. So I took my map with the most trees on it, which would be Achura Shore, and rebranded it to Peach Blossom Maze. It's the same map except now it has pandas and all the trees are peach blossom, and the ground is a little different. Functionally it should be the same though, it's just a reskin. If you guys liked how the map originally looked, don't worry, I've made sure to make that the rare version of the map now. And if you guys like the original rare version of the bamboo, I've made the original rare version a rare version of the new rare version. So there's nothing to worry about at all. Additionally, you guys told me that dimlit was too dimly lit and you guys didn't like how dark it was. Of course, your guys' vision is very important to me, so I've increased the brightness of dimlit a little bit. Hopefully this solves the problem of it being too dark in the map. Another map you guys were struggling to find resources on was Volcanic Disruption because of the darkness. So now to help visibility, I've made it so that all of the food and gold are now visible at all times constantly. They're visible to everyone to make it fair. Speaking of making things fair for everyone, someone pointed out to me that it wasn't fair to have all the cows in Cattle Land and not include Minotaurs, which are half bull. So now I changed it on Cattle Land so that you start with 3 bulls on standard map size, 5 bulls on large map size, and 7 bulls on giant map size. These starting Minotaurs will replace your second set of starting berries. All players will start with these bulls regardless of what pantheon they are to make it fair. Have fun with your free Minotaurs. Someone also pointed out that the other animals on the map are not cattle. While water buffalo and aurochs are related to the cow, they are not considered cattle. So I've renamed the map to Bovine Lands, since their bovine family is actually what they have in common, and I didn't feel like recoding all the animals to be cows. Someone also said they weren't the biggest fan of the grass color, so I changed the grass color to a new one. Hopefully this repaint and this renaming was in line with what you guys were envisioning for Cattle Lands. Wait, I mean Bovine Lands now. Additionally, some of you have stated that on Timo's Nest it's missing certain birds such as the myth units, so now you can find the myth units in the wild and they will come attack your base. Oftentimes they'll attack your base before you can get anything up, so now Timo's Nest's new gameplay loop is a matter of seeing who can survive the longest from being attacked by birds. Hopefully this adds a new dynamic of gameplay, and it's an enjoyable experience for people who try it out. Next up, a lot of you guys said that you get a disproportionate amount of white point in your map pools. This is particularly harmful to your eyes if you're playing at night since white point is such a bright white map. So I've heard your feedback, and to fix this issue, I evicted white point from the map pack. Now the map pool can't even draw it if it wanted to anymore because it's not in the pack, like, at all anymore. Some of you guys have pointed out that naming a map after myself is a bit egotistical. So I've updated the name of Mount Awot to Mount Towa. I also fixed a rare bug on Awot Nomad that caused the Center Island to have no entrances because there will be trees covering the entrances. The final change that happened in today's update will be involving all the maps. Awot Nomad was by far my most popular update, and even though a lot of people enjoyed it, a lot of people said that for a Nomad update, they were hoping for more than just one Nomad type map. So I've heard your guys' feedback, and I'm now converting all the maps to my map pack to Nomad type maps. This will include the recently rebranded maps such as Mount Tola, Bovine Lands, and Peach Blossom Maze. Of course, Awot Unknown has also been turned to a Nomad type map, now being called Awot Nomad Unknown, to distinguish it from the normal Awot Nomad. Any map that refused to fall in line with my new no move from the map pack entirely, Unfortunately, this includes the like of the very famous Guerra Alta and Numinous Arena, but that will send a message to all the other maps that this is a Nomad only pack now, and they will be removed in a similar fashion if they refuse to Nomad up. Some maps have fled on their own accord, refusing this new Nomad era. As a result, the total number of maps in my map pack has been reduced from 32 to 5 or 8. I lost count. But anyway, the new version of this map pack is available today. I hope my changes were the correct interpretation of your guys' feedback. I hope this update is as wonderful as the other ones I've given you guys. See ya, and have a great day as usual. Hey, by the way, this is a joke in case that wasn't obvious. It's an April Fool's prank. Most of the stuff on this video won't be happening to my maps, and there is no update today. Some of the stuff, such as the mentioned bug fixes, will happen, and I do plan on releasing Awot Unknown Nomad. But for the most part, the rest of the stuff was satire. Alright, see you for Dev Diary episode 11/season 2, whatever you want to call it, where I show something that will actually be coming to the mod later. It will hopefully come out by this Friday. But yeah, let me repeat again, the rest of the video was an April Fool's joke. See ya!